the Egyptian desert. A vast, seemingly endless expanse of golden sands, stretching as far as the eye can see. A place of scorching sun, relentless heat, and endless dunes that shift and change with the whims of the wind. Beneath this harsh and unforgiving landscape lie secrets buried by time, waiting to be uncovered by those who dare to seek them. It's here, near the legendary city of Luxor, a place steeped in history and mystery, that archaeologists stumbled upon something truly remarkable: the lost Golden City. This wasn't just another tomb or temple, not merely another relic of the past. This was a sprawling metropolis, a vibrant city frozen in time for over 3,000 years, hidden beneath the sands. Imagine the shock, the excitement, the sheer awe as the sands began to yield their prize. Walls began to emerge, revealing remnants of houses, workshops, even streets paved with mud brick meticulously crafted by the hands of ancient artisans. It was as if a civilization had simply vanished overnight, leaving behind a ghostly imprint of its existence. This wasn't a slow decline, a gradual burial over centuries. This was sudden, dramatic, a moment frozen in time. The lost Golden City, once bustling with life, was now a time capsule of ancient Egypt, a snapshot of a world long gone. What secrets did it hold? What stories were etched into its walls, waiting to be told? What tales of daily life, of triumphs and tragedies, of ordinary people and extraordinary events, lay hidden in the ruins? As I stood there on the edge of this lost world, I felt a surge of anticipation, a sense of stepping into a story that had been waiting to be told for millennia. This wasn't just an archaeological discovery. This was a portal to the past, a chance to connect with a world that had been lost to time. This was a chance to step back in time, to walk in the footsteps of pharaohs and commoners alike, to see the world through their eyes, to wander through the streets they once walked, to explore the homes they once lived in, to touch the walls they once built. The lost Golden City was more than just a discovery. It was a bridge to the past, a tangible connection to a world that had been hidden for thousands of years. And I, for one, couldn't wait to step through that bridge, to uncover the secrets it held, to bring its stories back to life. The sheer scale of the city was breathtaking. As the camera panned over the vast expanse, it was hard not to be awestruck by the magnitude of what lay beneath the sands. This was once a thriving metropolis, a hub of activity and life, now reduced to silent ruins that still held echoes of its vibrant past. Walls, some still standing several feet high, stretched out in every direction. These walls, built with meticulous care, had withstood the test of time, standing as silent sentinels to the lives that once bustled within them. Each brick, each stone, seemed to tell a story of resilience and endurance. They spoke of grand houses, perhaps belonging to the elite, and more modest dwellings, homes to the workers who formed the backbone of this ancient city. The contrast between the opulent residences and the simpler abodes painted a vivid picture of the social hierarchy that existed. The grand houses, with their spacious courtyards and intricate designs, were a testament to the wealth and power of their inhabitants. Meanwhile, the smaller homes, though modest, were filled with the warmth and spirit of the everyday people who lived there. These walls whispered tales of daily life, of families gathering, meals being prepared, and children playing in the shadow of greatness. The carvings on the walls, though weathered by time, still depicted scenes of joy and togetherness. They showed families sitting down for meals, children playing games, and people going about their daily chores. It was a glimpse into a world that, despite the passage of millennia, felt strikingly familiar. One structure stood out, a bakery. This bakery was more than just a place to make bread. It was a cornerstone of the community. The very walls seemed to hum with the energy of the countless loaves that had been baked there over the years. The ovens were still there, cold and silent now, but you could almost smell the fresh bread, taste the dates and honey that would have been staples in their diet. The sight of these ancient ovens, still intact after all these years, was a powerful reminder of the daily routines that once took place here. The bread, a staple of their diet, was more than just food. It was a symbol of sustenance and community. This wasn't just a place of industry, it was the heart of the community, a place where people gathered, gossiped, and shared the simple act of breaking bread. The bakery was a social hub, a place where news was exchanged, friendships were forged, and the community came together. The act of baking bread was a communal activity, a shared experience that brought people closer. We found rooms filled with tools, chisels, awls, pottery wheels, frozen in time as if their owners had just stepped out. These tools, though simple, were the lifeblood of the community. They were used to create everything from everyday household items to intricate works of art. The sight of these tools left behind as if their owners might return at any moment was a poignant reminder of the lives that had once been lived here. It was a poignant reminder that these were real people, living, breathing souls who walked these streets, who loved, laughed, and dreamed just like us. The artifacts they left behind, from simple pottery to elaborate jewelry, spoke of their hopes, their dreams, and their everyday lives. Walking through these ancient streets, it was easy to imagine the hustle and bustle of daily life, the sounds of laughter and conversation, the smells of cooking food, and the sense of community that bound these people together. They may have lived thousands of years ago, but in that moment, they felt incredibly real. The ruins, the artifacts, the very air seemed to vibrate with the presence of those who had come before. It was a powerful reminder of our shared humanity, of the connections that bind us across the ages. In glimpsing their daily lives, we were reminded of our own and of the timeless, unchanging nature of the human spirit. The lost Golden City wasn't just a residential area. It was a vibrant center of life. This was a place of industry, a hub of activity where goods were produced, traded, and shipped throughout the kingdom, connecting distant lands. We uncovered workshops dedicated to metalworking, the air thick with the imagined clang of hammer on bronze, echoing through time. Kilns used for firing pottery hinted at a thriving artistic community, their creations perhaps gracing the tables of nobles and commoners alike, showcasing their craftsmanship. Evidence of a sophisticated water management system spoke volumes about their ingenuity and foresight. Canals and channels, now dry and cracked, would have brought life-giving water to the city, irrigating crops and sustaining the population, ensuring their survival. It was a marvel of engineering, a testament to the skill and resourcefulness of these ancient people who built with precision. The discovery of administrative areas, complete with scribes' palettes and clay seals, painted a picture of a well-organized society, meticulously managed. These were the bureaucrats, the record keepers, ensuring the smooth running of the city, maintaining order. Their meticulous records, preserved in the dry desert air, held the potential to unlock even more secrets of this forgotten city, revealing its true essence. As we delved deeper into the city, we began to uncover its secrets, not just of the living, but of the dead. The layers of history beneath our feet told stories that had been buried for centuries, waiting to be discovered. Each artifact, each fragment of pottery, each bone had a tale to tell, a piece of the puzzle that was this ancient civilization. Tombs, some simple, some more elaborate, offered a glimpse into their beliefs about the afterlife. These resting places were more than just graves. They were windows into the souls of the people who once walked these lands. The architecture, the placement, and the contents of these tombs spoke volumes about their views on death and what lay beyond. These weren't the grand, treasure-filled tombs of the pharaohs, but humble resting places, each burial accompanied by offerings, food, amulets, pottery, tokens of love and respect placed there by grieving families. These offerings were not just material possessions, they were symbols of the emotional bonds that transcended death. One burial stood out. A skeleton, seemingly untouched for millennia, lay in a curled position. The posture suggested a sense of peace, as if the individual had been laid to rest with great care and reverence. The surrounding earth had preserved this moment in time, allowing us to witness a scene that had remained undisturbed for ages. What was striking was the position of the hands clasped over the chest, clutching a small, intricately woven basket. What did it signify? The basket, though small, was a masterpiece of craftsmanship, hinting at the skill and dedication of its maker. It could have been a cherished possession, a symbol of their status, or perhaps an offering to the gods of the underworld. Was it a treasured possession, a symbol of their status, or perhaps an offering to the gods of the underworld? The possibilities were endless, each one adding a layer of depth to our understanding of this ancient culture. The basket could have held food, herbs, or even small trinkets, each item chosen with care and purpose. The discovery sent shivers down my spine. It was a moment of profound connection, bridging the gap between the present and the distant past. Standing there, I could almost feel the presence of the people who had once lived here, their hopes and dreams, their fears and beliefs, all encapsulated in this single poignant find. It was a poignant reminder of the human stories behind the artifacts, the hopes and dreams, the fears and beliefs that shaped their lives. Each object we uncovered was a testament to the lives that had been lived, the joys and sorrows that had been experienced, and the legacy that had been left behind. These weren't just bones, they were once living, breathing people, and their final resting place held a certain sanctity, a connection to the past that transcended time. The tombs were silent witnesses to the passage of time, holding within them the echoes of lives long gone. As we continued our work, we were reminded of the fragility of life and the enduring nature of memory, preserved in the earth for future generations to discover and cherish.